Hello one, hello all. Welcome to episode 36 of season 2 of Fab Life with Lauren and Lee. We're back in the studio. Feels like a long time. I feel a bit like a space cadet today.
Do you know what feels a bit weird, actually, that I've only just thought of right now? Is we haven't done it virtually for so long. And one of these days we might have to.
Well, oh my God, so funny you just should say that. Because
Thank
on the
you, it's
tube, you sat in your gig tonight. On the tube, I realised it's a tube strike next week.
Oh, is it?
So we might have to go virtual because it's like about 4 days or something.
Yes.
So-
And actually, I was going to speak to you about that because it's my granddad's funeral next week.
Yeah.
So I do leave London on Tuesday and not back till bloody Thursday.
Oh, bloody Nora. Well,
So
we
we'll
could
either do it virtually or we might have a week off.
Yeah. Escandalo.
Mhm.
I think we could do it for Cliff. You know,
Yeah,
Cliff. We'll
yeah,
do it for Cliff.
we'll sort that. Anyway, until
Back
then,
to episode
it's
36.
this week. Let's not think of the future. Let's live in the present, Lauren.
Let's live in that present.
We are joined, of course, by Lucas. Lovely Lucas.
Hey,
Hello.
Lucas.
He's back.
So you've caught me mid-cookie.
He's, yes.
So Lauren is a little fucking teacher's pet when she comes into this studio. Last week she did the same.
Yeah, I did.
But you gave it to me, to be fair.
Yeah, I did.
But you're sharing out your gorgeous cookies.
Yeah, Lucas is eating a dolly stick. Give me a follow, Lucas, on the gram.
I will.
You know, let
It's
the world know.
absolutely delicious, by
Is
the way.
it?
Yeah.
You've got a new one. That's new this week. Kinder Bar Baby. It's
He's
called.
reading
Yeah,
off a script, guys. That's absolutely
Yes.
delicious, these
Wow.
dolly sticks.
So sweet and yummy. I haven't had a Kinder in ages. It's
I know,
giving
I'm
me,
taking it back,
childhood
mate.
Nostalgia.
Yeah, that's what I'm all about. Nostalgic flavours, nostalgic vibe.
How old are you, Lucas?
I'm 21.
21.
So a couple of years ago, we had a Kinder Egg, and it was all right. You know what I mean?
I used to hate it when I met someone older than me who would go, "Oh, such a baby."
Now we're
Or
those
like
people.
even worse when they'd go, "How old are you?" And you'd go, "Oh, I'm 24." 24. Oh, if I knew what I know now at 24. And then you go, "How old are you?" And they go, 26. And you're like,
Yeah.
"Really?" Like, you're
Bravo.
And then I'm like, well, you can tell me.
Yeah.
Some of this knowledge.
yeah. No, we mustn't tell
I probably won't listen. But
You-
that's the thing.
You must learn for yourself.
Yeah.
You can't remember. That's how old we are.
I read a
Can't
quote the
remember
other day,
wisdom.
and it was really. Do you know what? I read this quote and I cried. I was really hungover.
Yeah, go on.
But it said there was a granddad and there was this little grandson, and he said, "What, granddad? What does it mean to be wise?" And the granddad replied, saying, "Being wise means never making mistakes." And then the kid says, "Well, how do I become wise?" And the granddad said, "By making mistakes."
Oh, you're going to lose it. Do you want a tear? Do you want a tear? Do you want
What a
tissue?
great quote!
That is good, but you'll never be wise.
I mean, it's not
will you?
funny and it's not entertaining, but it's
Yeah,
a
maybe
great
don't
quote.
start the gig
I want
tonight.
it instead of live, love, laugh. I want a massive plaque on the wall.
About wisdom.
Yeah,
Yeah.
making mistakes.
Oh, God.
But that's what I say to you, Lucas. I say,
Make them
become wise. Just sit there munching on your cookies and make those mistakes.
He's never going to talk today because he's just like,
Yeah, at the age of
I'm happy.
21, I could eat that cookie with no ramifications.
No.
Actually, I'm
Full
still
fat
kind of a
Coke.
bit like that now.
you are. You look. That's why I give it to you. I'm like, look, take it out of my
You'll have 'em,
house.
just
Yeah.
Also, talking of me being 32 and a smug little bastard who can eat cookies left, right, and centre and not put on weight. Well, I went to the opticians the other day.
What did you want
And
it? Are you a pilot? Are you basically a pilot?
I am an A-star student. She was blown away by my eyesight.
God.
She said, "Can you read the top line?" I said, "Top line? I can read the fucking bottom
Let's
line."
just skip to the good bit. Do you know what I mean?
I
What
read
we
the
dicking
bottom line. She
about
went,
for?
"Even I can't read the bottom line." I said, "Yeah, A, F, B."
Do you remember it? Had you
C.
learnt it before you went in?
Yeah. I'd hacked the system.
I couldn't read the second. That's why I
Well,
just
she
skipped.
couldn't read it. She didn't know what was up there. I was just lying. No, honestly, she said I've got 20/20 vision.
Oh my God, you could be a pilot.
She said I could have a tiny prescription in my eyes because she said I'm maybe slightly long-sighted in the sense that she said basically because my job doesn't involve a lot of like reading, like close reading, like on my or what?
Or any other kind of things you learn in school, like other things you might need your eyesight for.
She said because I'm not often on the computer like for hours on end or whatever, she said you don't really notice that you might struggle, but she was like you could read something from a distance quite far away where others couldn't, and she was like, and you'd be fine short, but she said your eyes might have to focus a little bit more than necessary. So I didn't get the glasses in the end, but she said I've got 20/20 vision, because I thought that was just like perfect, but apparently you can still have a prescription with 20/20.
I had 20/20 vision, and then I got an office job and I needed glasses. Anyway, quit the office job, didn't I? And my eyes repaired themselves.
Repaired.
They repaired themselves. How weird's that? So mine eyes are meant to be.
I hadn't had an eye test,
fabulous.
and I walked in, and I kind of was a bit like, I set myself up to fail. I walked in, I said hello.
You walked into the wall, did you? You're like, oh, sorry, I mean, is this the opticians?
I walked into the dentist next door. I said, I should be at the opticians. No. She said, what's your reason for your visit? And I went, well, I was with my friend in the shop the other day and I've got health insurance and I thought I may as well have an eye test. I haven't had one for so long and I can claim it back. She said, are you having any problems with your eyes? I said, my eyes are fantastic.
Look
I said, I'm going to say to you right now, I've got zero problems with my eyes. I said, I don't think anything's going to be the matter. She went, oh, well, I'll be the judge of that. And I thought, yeah, you will. Well, did she eat her words?
Oh, my God.
She said I was the best student this week.
Oh, my God.
She went, I don't think anyone's going to read that bottom line. I was like, really? Really? She's like, yeah, no one really ever gets to read the bottom line. I was like, stop it.
You're such a swat.
I know. I love it. And then I walked out and my friend was in the shop waiting and I went, Maurice, I have 20/20 vision.
He was like,
and everyone in the shop with glasses on, waiting for their checkup, looked fuming with me.
Looking at the Deirdre Barlow one.
Haters gonna hate bitches, specky bitches. I'm joking.
Does anyone say Specky Four Eyes anymore? Do you remember that?
Yeah, I love that.
In school, that was awful.
Specky Four Eyes.
So evil.
So evil.
But when you got 20/20 like us, you can say stuff like that.
She showed me this thing, right? She said a lot of people who can't see, like who really, really need glasses, and I'm thinking of my dear, dear friend Kate, who actually can't see.
Oh, God love her.
She showed me the biggest letter on the screen, like the biggest letter, and went, they wouldn't be able to see that, or only just.
No.
I was like, it actually made me think, oh, this is tough on them.
Yeah.
Still found it funny though.
Yeah, he still was like, well, I'm great. I win at life. Actually, it's one of them grandmas.
Because I want glasses.
I know.
I think they look great. I think.
Well, I did.
look
I was
hot.
chuffed. I got some I
bet yours were like Dame Edna Everett.
They were really good. They were like pink cat eyes. It was so cool. And then when I thought I needed a new prescription, they went and they were like, no, your eyes have just got better. I was like, oh, I can't wear them anymore.
She took photos of it as well. I saw my optical nerve.
Bet she tweeted it going, top student this week. I'm such a good.
Well, I was like, do you have a leaderboard? Like, how good would that have been? Like, Lee read the bottom line.
Yeah. Oh my God, 1 in 10 that week or something. Oh God.
Anyway, yeah. Shout out to Qubits in Notting Hill.
Oh, you fancy bitch. Yeah, I saw her grandma on the tube actually this week with the big letters. You know those phones? Do you remember these get advertised on the telly in the middle of the day? They're called Doro phones, I think.
No.
And they're for grandmas, but now they've got like touch screens. So, but the letters are literally like it's like 4 letters on a line.
Right.
And I saw her grandma with one on the tube and she was probably checking her messages.
Yeah, or when like phones are zoomed in massively, they've been on their accessibility page. Yeah. My mum and dad, I think, have that. And I'm just like, Jesus Christ, you can't read a text. Every text is a surprise. Do you know what I mean? You're like, what's the next word?
I think Lee's in danger. Look at how big this is.
am being held at gunpoint. He's being held at a gunpoint, everyone.
Oh my God. Just ring me next time.
Read one word at a time. No, so yes, that happened to me. Why was I talking about that? Oh yeah, food. Well, this is a food episode. it's kind of necessary that Lucas is
we
eating
put a
your
call
cookie because we're going to talk food. And now we have done a couple of Room 101s. I think this week should be Food 101. That's the
Well
jingle.
done. We haven't done a jingle in a long time.
We haven't. They're too expensive, Lauren.
They're too
Get made and
expensive.
produced and edited. Get the voiceover artist to do them. They're way too expensive. So we're going to talk
We
food.
did
But
a call
before
out,
we
yeah.
talk food, we have to talk current affairs.
We do need to cork. We do need to
We do need to
cork.
cork. I'd love a glass of champagne right now.
Ah, we're on the old gin and tonic.
What's your poison, Lucas? Do you drink? We had Roman in last week who was telling us that he was going to stop drinking.
He was kind of stopping
Oh, did
drinking.
he?
I admire
Oh.
that on his
Yeah, he's
behalf.
very driven and sensible about these things. But no, I love a drink.
Hey! His little
Lucas is
cheeky
like,
face.
not me.
Will you just drink anything as well?
Yeah, I like beer, cocktails. I'm not a big wine guy, but
Me neither.
other than that, I'll take whatever.
Yeah.
I've been getting into gin actually recently, more gin.
That's what
and
we're
lemonade.
on.
That's what we drink at work quite a lot.
Gin and
I mean,
lemonade.
we don't drink at work. But
Yeah,
if I
you
was
never
to-
drink at
But if I
work.
was to drink at work, I would have a lot
No.
of gin and lemonade.
Oh,
I
nice.
think,
Love a gin and lemon.
I think you will soon move on to tonic.
Oh, yeah?
Soda.
Is it like the in-between stage?
You're finding your spirit.
Yeah. You're finding lemonade doesn't need. I don't.
I
think
used to
should
love
go
an
with
Archers and lemonade when I was like underage drinking, you know.
that we don't condone.
But we do not condone. I was such an angel.
Mine was Jack's fruit cider. Do you remember that? Jack's. Whatever happened to Jack's fruit cider?
I don't know. We'll have to ask Jack. I don't know.
It's spelled Jacque. Do you remember?
Jacques.
Jacques.
No.
It just tastes like fruit juice.
Oh my God, amazing. I still judge people that drink a purple strongbow. You know, blackcurrant strongbow in a tin.
Some people I know use that as a bit of a hangover cure.
Do they?
My
the
sister
dog
drinks
sweet?
that dark fruit.
Oh, which one?
Eloise, of course.
Eloise, Soz babes.
She just is like she brings the masculine energy to the family.
Oh God, love her. She's got to do it for you though, hasn't she? Do you know what I mean? Got to do it for the Peart clan.
I don't know what you're talking about. He says, sitting in a pearl necklace.
Showing his finest pearls.
So we've got to talk about Matt Hancock.
Oh my God, Matt Hancock, the memes.
Oh,
It's just
that's
too
sorry. I
bad.
was trying to do the I'm a celebrity jingle.
Oh yeah, it is.
They do that. What is that?
Yeah, what is that? It's meant to be like a tiger. I have not watched it in years. So I'm going to watch it this year.
God, we were going back down under. Put another fucking shrimp on the barbie.
Has it been in Wales for the past couple of years, mate? Have we back going down to Oz?
Yes.
Shit. So he's going to get... I saw this video on Twitter
Sorry, I don't know how I'm like, shit.
because I just thought of all the food they're going to make me eat. Thought about the testes, them grubs. Have you seen that meme where they've replaced that woman who was having an affair with a witchy
Yeah, Wichita grub.
Wichita, I was going to say then. The Wichita lineman.
The worst witch. Great
He's
gig
the
for
worst
her.
witch.
She's not worked since.
I know, gotta love her. He is going to get every fucking trial. There's a point, what's it called? Anne Robinson. Weakest link.
Yeah,
And it's
yeah.
an old bit of footage where they all voted off someone called Matt. Like, who do you want to go?
Oh,
it was
yeah,
like Matt,
yeah,
Matt. It's like him every week on the...
Well, you know, I used
Bush
to
Tucker
do
Trials.
a drag act in Lapland every year. And we
And
played-
you were Anne Robinson?
No. I was Leanne Robinson.
Oh, very good.
And I used to play a game of the weakest link with all the
I
elves.
love The Weakest Link.
Start the clock. I'd
so
love
good.
I'd love to host the weakest link.
I'd love to be on it. Like, I'd love a
Bank.
podcast special.
It really fucks me off when they don't bank.
When the celeb ones, they never
Oh,
bank. They
God,
never
they
bank.
don't know how to bank.
Just bank. Just no matter what.
Well, no.
Well, do you see the clock though? Like, because
well,
if it's 10 seconds, just bank because you don't know who's going to be next year.
Yeah. And also, like, if you're on a bit of a roll and you're getting the money, you know, don't bank.
Don't get cocky. Don't
Yeah,
get cocky.
yeah.
You don't know
Anyway.
who's going to be next year.
I think it's an absolute joke that he's going on. I think it's a disgrace that
It's
he's a current
disgusting.
MP.
Well, they've taken away his whip, which I didn't know what that meant. But
It just
apparently,
basically means he's not in the
he's an
party
independent now.
anymore.
Yeah.
But he's still a member of Parliament. He's a backbencher, basically.
Oh, he's an absolute scumbag,
all.
isn't he? You have to
That was
look
my
around
nickname
at
in
him.
school.
Oh, lovely jubbly. We're in there. Yeah, I mean, it's just fucking disgusting. Apparently, it's to a Fab Life, a message me, Christine, lovely Christine. And she was like, can't wait for you guys to discuss this because he's just, awful. And she was like, apparently it's to promote his... Well, he's got a book.
Dyslexia.
Yeah, this dyslexia
If you
thing
want
for
to
young
use a
people.
TV show to promote dyslexia, go on fucking Countdown. Like,
Or just go on the news. Do you know what I mean?
You go on I'm a Celebrity. I tell you what he's doing. He's going on there to promote his book. He knows that his career in the Conservative Party is
done.
at an all-time low. And
He's trying to repair that image.
he's trying to become a bit of a media celebrity personality.
And he will. Do you know what he will? Because, people weirdly love Boris. So people are going to, after they see him on that, they're going to be like, oh my God, but it's just a normal dweeb, blah, blah. They're going to forget that he gave contracts to his mates in COVID and basically, fucked up.
I think Boy George, who's in there with him, is going to give him...
Who else is going in? Because I actually haven't looked. I've only seen... I love Boy George.
Jill Scott, the lioness.
Oh my God.
Jill.
She'll tear him a new one.
Who else is going in? Charlene White, loose woman, newsreader.
Oh, yeah.
She's going in. Chris Moyles. It's quite a good lineup this year. Chris Moyles is
I
going
didn't
in.
know he'd done it before.
No, I don't think so. Mike Tyndall.
Oh, I knew he was going in. That's the other one I saw a few weeks ago, actually.
Yeah, and there's someone else going in late with because Matt Hancock's going in late.
Why?
Just because
on his book tour.
He's like a late comer. But there's someone else who's late as well, and I can't remember who. But yeah, I'm definitely going to be watching. I mean, it's going to be a big year because it's the first year that they've returned
back to
Australia.
It's going to be weird because he's going to be trying to be nice to people, and literally no one likes it. No one likes him, do they?
Well, I hope that he gets voted to do a terrible trial, and then he gets voted out first. Because he would hate that. Yeah, don't keep him in for ages just for the sake of it. But people will, won't they?
People will, because it's good telly, isn't it?
They'll want to. I always wanted
One of the sports people have got to win.
I think the lioness will probably win.
Because she's likeable and she'll just smash a trial because she'll be competitive.
Or what will happen is he'll do that thing where he keeps getting voted for the trials and then all of a sudden it'll be like, for medical reasons, he's exempt from this
God,
trial.
he does Gillian McKeith and faints. And then opens his eye ooh.
Yeah. Check how she looks. Pulls down her top because of the midriff is showing. Anyway,
Anywho,
let's hope
Matt.
he is eating some of the disgusting food. I don't think I'd be able to do that.
No, me neither. For me, I get weird if I get into my head about a texture of a food.
Oh, do you?
Even if I like it, I can put myself off by thinking, oh God, the texture of this is weird. And I'll go through phases. So, I mean, imagine a grub in your gob. I'd probably be worse with a grub than a ball.
Yeah, I think I wouldn't mind something if it was blended.
But a foreskin. They've done foreskins, haven't they? Kangaroo foreskins and stuff. Rubbery is all I'm thinking. It's like a really overdone calamari ring. Is all I can think.
For God's sake!
Wouldn't that be horrible, though?
Yes, it would actually.
Oh.
Why are you checking with me to say?
No.
What do you expect me to say? Oh no, actually, I think it'd be quite nice.
What else have they done?
Wouldn't that be horrible though? They've done some. They've done. It's the eyeballs. It's like the eyeballs,
and they pop like a cherry tomato.
God. Who was it that time that was eating it? I think it was Katie Price. She was eating a bollock, and you heard it pop, and all the juice went into it.
No, I can't cope with that.
No,
not good. That or spiders. I just wouldn't do it, even if they give me loads of money.
But you're so hungry, Lauren. You're so hungry for the food.
There's probably a lot of protein in there.
I don't get hangry, so I wouldn't mind. I'd be like, I don't mind being on rice today.
I wouldn't.
I'm like, fine, I'll have some rice.
Yeah, I would. I'd be fine as long as I can eat a bit of rice.
Yeah,
with a bit of salt in there, bit of flavour.
Perfect.
Delicious.
So I put it out.
To the
food 101 this week. We're talking. What are the foods that you hate? Now, I have spoken about this on the pod before. I stand by it. I hate tuna. And
you hate tuna, tinned, fresh, you hate it all.
Well, I don't really head towards fresh because I think it's the hatred came from tinned tuna.
Sure.
It's funny because Clang, Linda Robson, last week on the Halloween show had to do a eating trial, and she'd said to the producers, the one thing I won't have is tuna. And I was like, Linda, we are kindred spirits because I also hate tuna. Have I told the story about the time that my father tried to trick me into eating tuna? Into eating a steak. And it was a tuna steak. And I thought it was going to be a nice ribeye. And I was eating it thinking, there is something terribly wrong with this steak. Turns out it was tuna.
Turns out it was fucking tuna.
Because he's of the opinion that like everything is like in your own head with food. He thinks you should like everything, but it's in your head.
I think it probably is
like
as well, actually.
You can train yourself.
Because most of the things I don't like, it's because I'm like, ugh.
Well, a lot of people actually, we had so many people reply. A lot of people put olives, and there's that weird myth.
I got an olives on mine.
Yeah, there's that weird myth where if you eat 3 olives in a row, one after the other, you then like them. You can train your...
I love olives now, but I used to hate them.
I do love olives. I'm not massively keen on dark olives. I like the green olives.
We get them from our local Turkish shop, the dark olives, and they're really like I don't know, like really rich, like the ones you get on a posh pizza. They're really nice.
Are there any foods you hate, Lucas?
Sardines.
Oh dear.
I hate sardines.
Any fish with a bone in, actually, I'm like,
It's just
oh, can't do it.
too fishy for me.
Yeah, with you.
Are you like anchovies as well?
Anchovies, yeah, I don't like.
Because I wouldn't get. I always ask them
can
to
eat
leave
an
the
anchovy.
anchovies out of a Caesar salad.
Do you?
Yeah,
I always go,
can
does
eat
it come
them.
with anchovies? And they go, no. And I go, good.
Well, you're like, well, it's not a proper Caesar salad, but good.
Yeah. Because I don't like anchovies. I'm
See,
a bit
I
like
do.
that. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just too fishy.
Do you like mackerel?
They're quite
Yeah, that's
fishy.
Yeah, mackerel's
Yeah.
all
If
right.
it's cooked nicely, then yeah. It's just like the raw, like slimy sardines, like just out of a can. I
Yeah,
could
with
never-
I'm not
never
a
do
sardines
that.
fan. Freddie loves sardines on toast, and I'm like, anything with the bones can still be in there as well. I'm not having it.
Well, Helen Goodson has put shrimp and octopus. Now,
Okay.
sticking with the seafood theme, because I would have shrimp, but I don't think I would have octopus. Now, that's not because of taste, but this is why I don't eat duck, because I think of a duck before I think of duck, if you know
Right.
what I mean.
Yeah.
I think of a duck.
That's why I became stopped eating meat, because I was like, thought I used to love like little baby like lambs when I was a kid, and
Yeah,
then I
I
was
do
like, oh my
love
god,
lamb.
I'm eating a lamb.
Yeah, but I don't think of the lamb. I think of lamb.
Sure.
You know, I think of lamb as in the meat rather than the
No, I
the
got it in my
animal.
head, and I was like, I can't go back now.
Now, Sally, friend of the pod, well, not friend of the pod, but wife of a friend of the pod.
General friend.
And also someone called EVMCD, dill. We had dill a couple of times.
Loads of people don't like dill. I
dill.
love dill. Same with coriander. Loads of people hate
Yeah, I
coriander.
had coriander.
Isn't there a thing with coriander, though, where certain people it tastes like floury?
It
Like
does like soap
soap.
to like
Soap,
some
that's it.
people. If you have, like,
Yeah.
it's a genetic thing apparently.
See, there you go. See, I love coriander, but some
I
people
love it as
hate
well. Yeah.
Sprinkle it on everything. I did that once for a friend, and she came round and she was like, "Oh, I can't eat it," and I'd really put it in there. It was like Mexican foods, you know, like tostadas and stuff. And I was like, "Yeah, it's even on the tomatoes, mate. Like I can't pick it off."
Get off, yeah.
So she had to kind of like pretend she was enjoying herself, but she just wasn't.
Loads
Not
of
good.
people put liver. I hate liver.
I
Liver and
love
onions.
Did you like
Oh.
my mum used to kind of make like a stew, and she'd put liver in it, and like I'd be eating it, and then you'd eat what you thought was meat, and
then you'd
it
know
would be liver, and you'd be
straight
like,
away.
oh, it's
Yeah, the
disgusting.
I think I've only had it once as a kid, and I think my mum never made it for us because she was traumatized, probably.
What's yours? What's your big one that you don't like?
Mine was always, what is it now? Like, mine was always ham, and that's why
Yeah,
I
you
never ate ham
hated
even when I ate
ham.
meat. Like,
I love
the
ham. I had a
thought,
ham and
the
cheese sandwich
smell,
today.
The smell of ham. I can smell it a mile away as well. I'm like,
If you like met someone and they smiled and they had a bit of ham dangling out their tooth,
I'd just kill them.
you just kill it.
Yeah, I'd be like, it's not worth telling them because I can smell it from here.
Really? Have you ever smelt someone and they smelt of ham?
No, but I think I've said this on the pod before. I have kissed someone and they'd just eaten pork. And you know, like when you just have your face. I've never seen you make that face.
What was
I thought
it?
you were like smelling and horrified at the same time. You were like, no.
My face kind of disintegrated.
It was great. I loved it. We'll definitely have to zoom in on that one. Yeah, I kissed someone and they'd obviously just eaten like a bit of gammon or something.
Oh,
And I was like,
I love gammon.
oh,
Did you know?
that's one of the worst.
Right.
very hammy.
Okay. Yeah, very hammy.
Very hammy. Oh, man. Horrible.
But you love to ham it up.
No. I don't need to eat ham. I am the ham. Do you know what I mean?
I'm ham.
I'm ham on toast, babes. Yeah, ham for me. And I don't like any, like, 'cause I'm pesky, so I do eat bits of fish, but I can only eat, like, small prawns. I can't be having them big.
Oh, well, Kate. You know, Kate has a
langoustines.
phobia of prawns.
No.
Yeah,
They
yeah.
are a
she's
bit weird,
properly
though.
scared of them. And my mum once sat on her and dangled a prawn in her face.
Leslie's so evil.
She's
isn't
evil, isn't she?
She's such a
totally
cow.
evil. Christine, I think has put garlic mushrooms. Now, is that just because you don't like
Slimy.
mushrooms? Because a lot of people don't like mushrooms on here, but garlic mushrooms.
I know what she means, though, because sometimes you get them and they're, like, breaded, and then when you bite into them, it's crispy on the outside and they're like slime.
Right.
I actually don't like portobello mushrooms. That's one of mine.
Leave my place of residence out of this. Okay.
Are you like
my God.
Oliver? Where you're like, who will buy my portobello mushrooms?
I did a gig last night. And the
Oh, we've all heard.
The
We've all
venue
fucking
was
heard.
40 seconds from my flat. I
Smug.
was the cat that got the cream.
Has anything bad happened to you this week? 'Cause I feel like you've been quite smug.
I have been yeah.
Something bad's going to come and get you.
Yeah, I'll probably get cellulitis again or something. AHJT says bloody tofu. I'm assuming he means like, oh, bloody tofu, not
tofu,
that's
like
bloody.
Halloween.
By its definition,
Tofu.
it shouldn't be bloody. Yeah, tofu's not something I would...
I like it, but you've got to have it really pressed because that's when it gets...
Bananas came up a lot. And my sister and my mum hate bananas.
I love a banana.
Well...
Well,
What I like about a banana is...
we're still recording, Lee. You know.
No, I like them when they're when they're not very ripe. But if they've got too ripe, no, thank you. And I've sometimes eaten a banana that doesn't look ripe and it's deceptively ripe. Is this a boring episode?
I feel like it might be. No, it's too much.
Someone's put KFC. Someone's had the cheek to say that they don't like KFC.
I don't really like when I did eat meat, like chicken on the bone, like seeing the sinew.
Yeah.
No sinews for me, thanks. What did I get? I got someone said tapioca and like like polenta, like stuff like that. That texture.
Yeah. Someone's put jelly. We've got avocado, cherries, organs. That's
Offal.
offal. Someone did put offal actually. Oysters.
I don't get offal.
Corned
I had
beef.
about 3 oysters.
Did you?
Do you like an oyster?
I like the idea of an oyster.
Me too.
Love
the idea of the
I could
opulence.
imagine myself in Notting Hill. Not hard to do. I've moved there. And
Really? You hadn't mentioned.
and I could imagine myself sipping some champagne
Champers, yeah.
and just popping an oyster. And as I pop them, I say loudly, it's an aphrodisiac, which everyone says.
And then you look, then you're on your
Everyone says
grinder,
it.
like, oh,
I don't know
anyone
what
hear
you're
that?
talking about.
Are
I've
they?
not heard of this
Are
grinder.
they an aphrodisiac?
Apparently they're
Apparently.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
that's weird. My mum really likes them.
Hey!
Yeah, yeah.
How many brothers and sisters have you got?
18.
Yeah. They just taste like the sea, though, don't they?
They
They don't really
do.
taste of much.
I like the bit of Tabasco and I like the shallots, like the vinegary shallots.
And the lemon, you squeeze lemon.
Yeah.
Did you know that they're alive when you serve them, and then squeezing lemon on them kills them?
No.
Yep, they're
Excellent
squirming. That's
fact.
why they squirm when you squeeze lemon
Oh,
on
I'm
them.
going to
because
look
they're
next
dying.
time.
I'm not too sure I'm okay with that.
Well, I think they've got to be because of freshness,
Yep.
haven't you? It's like mussels are alive when you put them in
Good
the
oysters. Good oysters should be alive.
Right,
Good
okay.
oysters. Well, Freddie's family are from...
I've never seen Lucas
Cold-
so animated.
He is like, listen. He was in a cookie coma and I'm like, oysters,
So I got very
oyster chat.
excited. It's very middle class of me to get very excited about
Where are you
oysters.
from, Lucas?
Essex.
Whereabouts?
Chigwell.
Oh my
Okay,
God, I used to live
Chigwell.
around the corner.
No way.
And that is weirdly the second person I've met today from Chigwell.
Oh, my
Really?
God, tell us another.
yeah.
Small
Right near the
world.
King
Good
William.
oysters.
Near the King Willie, yeah, I went to school. Just
King Willie. That's how the kids say it.
That was also my nickname in school.
I had someone say turnips, actually, Melissa. And she said what your dad used to do. Her mum used to do, like put it in soups, but she could smell it and like she knew. I love a
Really?
turnip.
Now, Ed has said something which he has admitted is controversial.
Go on.
He doesn't like pancakes. Come on, Ed. We're all tired.
I mean, what's not to
That
like?
is deliberately controversial.
And even if you don't like it, just put a load of sugar on it.
Yeah.
Get over yourself.
Pineapple, cherry came up, pesto came up.
Well, I don't like jarred pesto.
Don't you? You like to make
No.
it fresh.
It's got to be fresh, and Freddie will buy the jars, cheap as chips. It reminds me of being a student. The
Matt,
smell and everything.
Matt said peas, disgusting. And this country's obsession with sweet corn. On a pizza, no.
I love sweet corn on a pizza.
Do you?
Yeah.
Why?
I used to, I don't know. I quite like sweet and savoury me.
Right.
And I love peas. I had someone who said peas to me, and I was
I don't like
shooketh.
mushy peas.
Do you know?
I like garden peas. I like...
But you're
mange
from like
too.
the home of fish and chips.
I know. And honestly, people go on and on about those bloody fish and chips, and I've never been that enamoured by them.
Do you know what peas my dad eats? And my mum has to.
Join us after the break where we'll find out what peas Lauren's dad eats.
When I say this, people are always like, ugh.
What?
He only has marrowfat.
I don't know what that is.
They're like the ones in the tin that are they're like halfway between a garden pea and a mushy pea. And
Right.
basically they're like a ration food because he was like a war baby.
Right.
Oh my God. But I didn't know that they were like common and horrible. But we always had to have them alongside
You didn't
whatever
know
peas.
something called marrowfat was common and horrible.
I don't know like what, but I actually love them because they were always just like with the Sunday dinner because we had to have them because that was the only veg my dad would eat.
So let's say you were captured by Russian gangsters.
Yeah.
And they were
The
trying to
Russians are back.
The Russians back. Sorry, no offense to any Russians out there. Let's say you were captured by gangsters.
Yeah, sure.
I didn't have to say they were Russian, really, did I?
I think you've got a thing for Russian men. I think that's what it is. Forbidden
No, actually.
fruit. No?
I don't think so.
Oh, okay.
I thought you were going to say, I think you're racist towards Russians. No, so
Who's spelling this?
the Russians have captured you.
Yeah.
Okay. And they want to find out something about me. And they're like, get on the floor, bitch. And they've tied you up. Okay.
Yeah. Really nice vodka in the hand.
And I'm not talking. I'm like I've got tape over my mouth.
Yeah,
I'm not talking.
Sure.
And you know the secret, right?
Okay.
And they've decided that they're not going to waterboard you because there's no water. They can't get any water.
Can't get any more.
So they've
Yeah.
decided, as a form of torture, they have to force feed you some food where you'll eventually give up the secrets. What food would it be? You've got 3 choices. Number 1, ham.
Yeah.
Is that the worst they could give you? Force feed you ham?
Probably.
Right. Okay. Well, we've
Any
already...
other options?
Yeah. So what would number 2 be?
It's fucking weird. Like the brown meat, crab meat, but I hate the brown one. The brown meat.
Crab meat.
You know when you get crab meat and you get white meat and brown meat?
Right. No,
Lucas is
not
nodding,
really.
he knows.
No.
He knows, don't you, Lucas?
Oh, well, king of the oysters. Fucking Triton over there.
It's like dead smushy and it's meant to be the better meat as well, but I can't stand it.
Right, okay.
It makes me feel weird.
Okay, and then thirdly,
What do I not like?
what about a drink? What would they force feed you as a drink that you hate?
Probably like alcoholic or just any
whatever.
drink. Probably like Tia Maria or something.
Tia
like
Maria.
I don't like coffee with my booze, like chocolatey boozy things like Baileys.
No,
Not the Baileys.
Not the Baileys.
Is it chilled? Oh, maybe, all right.
If you fucking gave up a secret that I told you
Over Baileys.
over a glass of Baileys, I'd be fuming. I'd love a
No.
glass of Baileys.
It's got to be the ham. I wouldn't
gotta be
even.
ham.
I'd
Okay.
smell it and I'd give up the secret.
Right,
Ham,
yeah.
Ham shank boiling
Really,
in
would
the
they
background.
just like dangle a bit of ham over you?
Oh, I'm actually like gipping.
Would
thinking about
they?
it, yeah. It's just-
What would you do if I pulled out some ham right now?
I
Just
don't know.
like,
I think
what would
were
you do
weird.
if I got a slice of ham and threw it right smack bang into your face? I'm imagining it, and it's
It'd probably hurt, actually.
would it?
What kind of ham, though? My mum used to buy like that really shit, like
wafer thin
Asda.
ham.
Wafer thin, yeah.
Can she have some wafer thin
Thin
ham,
ham.
Barbara? No, do you remember what was it?
Oh, Barbara.
Billy Bob's ham. Do you remember that ham?
Oh, I used to
the
love
smiley ham.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Did you
Oh
used
my
to like that
God.
ham?
Only when I was a kid, but my mum would never buy like the burr
That's
shit
where
ones.
it's come from. Trauma. Your mum wouldn't buy you the ham you
remember them-
wanted, so
them
you
ones
don't
with,
like any of the ham.
A burr's face.
Yeah, the bear ham.
Oh God, but
What
she
was
won't
it
buy it
called?
because like you won't eat it. And it's more expensive than the wafer thin.
Yeah, and
We weren't allowed
it did used to taste this ham. Oh look,
It
I'm gonna
was
point
weird,
it at
though.
the camera. I'm going to point it at the.
What's it called? I can look it up.
It's called. Oh, well, I've just searched bear ham and it'll come. Billy Bear Ham.
Billy Burr.
Billy Bear.
No, I actually don't
pointed
believe
it
I
there.
would ever want
Lucas
that.
might be able to put it onto the screen as
This
we do.
grim. Why would you make it look like that?
But for the purpose of the listeners, and we'll put this
Food
on our
laws
Instagram.
probably changed.
Is this it?
Yeah,
Lucas,
that's it.
by the
So
time
it's
that's it.
basically ham with like the face of a bear. Look at that little
Look at the
bear
bear.
perving on it. Perving on the ham. Although it actually looks like that bear's just killed the ham.
The burr that's now ham. Yeah, that is weird.
Yeah, so that maybe that's why your hatred of ham.
No, it was because I was
exists.
sick of a ham pizza.
Oh.
And it wasn't the ham that was off or anything. I just got sick, and I was the last meal I
Right.
ate was a ham
trauma.
pizza.
You've got deep-rooted
Yeah,
trauma.
deep rooted. So
Do you,
disgusting.
do you support West Ham?
The hammers.
You're like, I can't go there.
No, I can't even go near the stadium. I have actually been to watch West Ham in the new stadium. It's
Have
lovely.
you?
Yeah.
Good.
I know, I'm such a lad.
Okay, so
One
what
of the
would
lads.
mine
What would
be?
your top three be? One would be tuna. Tin tuna.
Tuna, yeah.
What would be your drink that you don't like?
I think we discussed this last week, but probably something like coconut water.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I think
I'd
like
probably have that
coconut
as
water
well,
would
yeah.
be
Minging.
would be there, or yeah, probably that. There's not really much else that I don't particularly like drink wise.
What about food? One more.
One more food would probably have to be wasabi.
Oh, yeah. You don't like mustard, do you?
I don't like mustard, and
Ben's
I really
the
don't
same.
like wasabi. Did I ever tell you about the time as well when I was in Cyprus, and I went to this lovely little beach bar in Cyprus. I was being a right bougie little wanker, and
Oh, that's different.
you. And I was
Always
like
humble.
in the beach bar, and it was in the afternoon, and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna get some sushi. So I got some
Oh,
sushi,
lovely, yeah.
and I also
When in Cyprus, I mean, order sushi.
yeah,
That's what I always say.
and that's their national motto.
National dish.
And so I'm there, and I went, can I also please get a vanilla latte? And they were like, yeah.
Hot
So-
coffee, cold sushi. Perfect combo.
So I'm there in the beach bar, wondering where it all went right, and the waiter brings over the coffee and the sushi.
Yeah.
Plunks down the sushi, puts my little iced vanilla latte down.
Oh, right, okay. I'll
And
let
it
you
was
off.
so bougie that there was a little kind of mini little jug with the vanilla syrup on the side where I could just like pour in as much of the syrup that
Oh, I wish
wanted.
they did that here.
So I was like, thank you so much. Thank you so much. Poured in the syrup, like,
Yeah,
stirred it
living the
around.
dream, looking at the sea.
Lounging on my lounger, take a sip of my vanilla latte. I'm like, spat it out, disgusting. It was only fucking soy sauce in that jug, wasn't it? It was
Oh
the
my
soy sauce
God.
from sauce
I love soy sauce.
from the
though.
sushi. I'd poured
not
the soy
nice?
sauce into the
Oh, you
latte.
fool.
And I was like, oh, sorry, I've poured soy sauce into this. And he looked at me like I was a freak.
Like he was like, what do you think it
He
fucking
was
was?
like, why? Why would you pour soy sauce?
It's what we do in England and I realise I don't like it. Sorry. Got carried away.
This has been a very random episode, hasn't it?
Well, actually, I've just thought of a story just related to food. Just try and save it. It's probably a shit story now. But I was pissing myself at the time. On the market. Actually, shout out to Alex talking about dolly sticks, Fab Life. He was down in London at the weekend and bought some dolly sticks. I was not there to greet him,
Oh
but
my
thanks
God.
for stopping by, Alex.
How lovely.
I know, what a sweetheart. Got him hooked now as well. That's what you do. You one taste and you're hooked.
Well,
see you again soon,
Lucas,
Alex.
it's a gateway drug.
Yeah.
He'll be 7 stone more, more
What?
next week. I can't talk.
What's wrong with you? So I'm on the market at the weekend, selling me wares, as you do, and cookies as well. And she's livened up. This little kid comes with his
This little kid came to market.
oh yeah, I was having a great time. It was with his dad and his granddad and his auntie or something. He was such a weird kid, and I experienced a lot of weird kids.
How weird?
Well, he talked like he was from medieval times.
Love it.
To start things off.
He probably thought you were, one of his people.
He's trying to fit in. He was like, no, the dad was like, oh, hi, oh, these look great. And I was like, oh, thanks so much. Everyone's always really nice, most of the time. And this kid goes like, what is your plainest cookie?
I love kids like this.
And I was like, you'd have died, honestly. I was like, and my friend who does the coffee was like, I mean, plainest, look at your stock. It's not something you really know how to do. Anyway, I was like, we've got a dark chocolate and sea salt there. That's, a classic. And he was like, oh, I don't really like salty things. So I was like, okay. I was like, well,
how old was this kid?
11.
Right, okay, brilliant.
And he was stood up really straight and he had this beige mac on, beige puffer cut on. And he was like, I was like, oh, well, I've got a new one actually this week.
I just call it a coat.
It's like what Chinese people call Chinese food. Probably just food, right?
Yeah,
You
probably.
know what I mean? There you go.
I was worried what you were going to say there.
No, it's a joke out of Big Bang Theory or something like that. Shit then, it's shit now.
It was true.
Anyway, back to my weird child. Not my weird.
Yeah.
Oh God, if you had a kid like this, what am I talking about?
I thought then you'd said something else.
No.
So, if you had a chick kid.
A chick kid. Oh, fucking
Weird
hell.
child, 11-year-old, he goes, dost one have a plain cookie, milady?
Milady, and then he bowed. His hands were together all the time as well, he was waiting to receive
The cookie,
a ball and
plain
scepter.
cookie.
He was and the dad was like, oh, he's a bit of a cookie connoisseur, and I was like, thanks for explaining, because I was starting to think this kid had wandered off and was becoming very strange. He didn't belong to you. And then I was like, well, I've got this new one. It's Kinder Bar, so it's just chopped up Kinder chunks,
Yeah.
white choc and milk choc. So that's just chocolate chip, isn't it? Really? And he was
Of course.
He was like, white chocolate, okay. And he was like, obviously not fussed on the white chocolate. I was like, why don't you get a stuffed one? It's like a cookie sandwich. I was
Right.
like, you're never going to get one of them, in many other places. And he was like, do you want to know where my favourite cookie is from? And I was like, not really, but...
Not really.
I was like, sure, go on. And he gesticulated.
To a rival.
No, thank
Oh.
fuck, because I'm next to this other cookie guy who, God love him, he had a terrible day. He barely sold anything. To a coffee shop, and was like, the coffee shop over yonder. I was like, how do you know these words? He was like, sells the chocolate chip cookie is my favourite in the whole of London. I was like, right, great. Why don't you go and fucking buy one of them then? I didn't say that, but I was like, right. And he went, okay, so he's milling around, and I was like, I've lost it with this kid. I can't even pretend to be nice to him in front of his parents. And the parents know he's a nightmare. They went, okay. I think we'll go for the Kinder one. And I'm like, right, all right then.
I love him.
Bagged it up. You'd fucking hate him. Bagged it up, stickered it. They took a picture of him in front of my stall with the cookie in the bag. And then the dad and the uncle had a picture in front, and I'm in the background photobombing him, whatever. I was like, lol, sent him off. And then everyone on the stalls around me were just pissing their pants because they were like, that is the weirdest person you've ever got. Forgot about him. A young couple come over and they're like, oh my God, these cookie sandwiches look amazing. We're chatting on about it. He walks up, diagonal to the stand. Would you like my review? And I was like, yeah, sure.
This guy is my favourite person in the world.
Was it you? Was it you as a kid?
It's me as a child.
I was like, all right. And he went, And he was like walking backwards slightly as he was doing it as well. Like he was like disappearing, like he wasn't real.
Back to his era.
Well, he'd got
back to the 1920s.
It was Halloween.
They're calling me back.
he was like slightly less chocolate, and then he didn't really know, but he knew he needed a second point to be this cookie
'cause it
connoisseur
said
that thinks he is. And he went, and slightly longer baking time. And I was like, all right. I was like, cheers. I'll think about doing that next time. He went, no, don't think. You must. That's how he left me. He went, you must, and then like backed off into the coffee shop where his favourite cookie was sold.
Oh my God. He's a paid actor from that coffee shop, I bet. Also, I disagree with him about the baking time. I disagree with him about that because I want them slightly...
You want them crispy on the outside.
Soggy in the middle. Just like I like my men.
Yeah. Lovely and soggy. But this couple, luckily, were nice who I was serving, and they were just like looking at me and because they totally interrupted me about to serve them with his
review. I thought he was going to say, like, excellent work.
No. It was less chocolate.
No. Don't think. You must.
You must. It was like that, and he like walked away.
Fantastic.
Into the night.
Have you ever seen that video of the guy where they're getting interviewed on the news with this working class family, and then it's something about like people losing their houses or something, and it's this young guy. We've got to find it and post it on the Instagram. But he goes, it's just absolutely terrible. I mean, these people that have lost their houses, it's just absolutely devastating. And he's literally talking like a 50-year-old man. I love kids like that. Honestly, they give me life. I would have loved to have met this child. Can we get him as a guest on the pod?
Oh my God, he won't stop talking. I don't think
he'll be back surely.
He was so regal. He took himself so seriously. And the other cookie guy was like, what does he want his cookies like toast, like burnt toast? You know what I mean? Like,
listen, he knows what he wants and he's going out and getting it, and good for him.
He wants the plainest cookie. He wants a shortbread. You know what I mean? Like
he wants a cornflake.
Less chocolate chips, baked
I found
more.
That video if you want to watch it.
Oh my God! Can we? Will we be able to hear it?
Yeah, you can hear it.
Right.
Oh my God!
This is fantastic.
Ready?
Oh, here we go.
Oh,
so
I know.
this is who is this?
Other people's families, just fleeing from the danger.
Fleeing.
Just upsetting.
Do you know who he looks
He's
like?
about 8.
He looks like Matt
from the danger.
Hancock.
He does look like Matt. Fleeing from the danger. It's just.
He really enunciates it.
Yeah.
And every word.
The humor in that video for people who are listening and not watching is his mother at the time is just watching
She's
him say it,
mortified.
and she's like, what are these words he's using?
Yeah.
Fleeing. I've never heard the word fleeing in my life. Fleeing from the danger.
And she's like, Adam, we don't talk like that. We're from Yorkshire.
Oh, God. Well, long live that child.
Oh,
I mean,
God.
he's
He'll
probably
be
back. Now.
And he'll probably be like, have you improved on made the improvements I requested?
You'll be on the market now, and then you'll be like working away on the market, and then one point you'll just turn, and he'll just be there staring at you
Watching.
from a distance.
Yeah.
You know, like the woman in black.
Yeah. Every Halloween weekend. He'll visit me.
Yeah. Maybe he's your guardian angel.
Yeah. Fucking hope not.
You'll be like, can I do this? You can't. You must.
You must.
Don't think. You must.
You must.
I want to go, mate, if you've already found the best cookies in London,
What you doing?
go
here?
scouring round Dolly Dick. Dolly Sticks. I meant
Dolly Dicks. Hey, that's my night job. All right.
that's your OnlyFans.
That's my OnlyFans.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Model strap-ons.
Oh my God. Could
Some
you
cash.
imagine?
People would pay for that.
Well, talking about OnlyFans, you need to stop posing with your top off on Twitter because my feed has just suggested all these other men with their tops off now.
Oh, send them my way.
I know I will. I'll tag you in them next time.
Wow.
Honestly, and the towels get lower and lower, and they look lovely. These men, but they're not. I mean, I'm not. You know, they're a cup of tea. So,
Why not?
well, they're all gay guys.
Oh, are they?
Yeah.
I don't know who these guys are.
Do you not? My
It must be
feed is rampant with them.
Well, it must be because you're watching my posts for a long time. You're
So they're
obsessed with
showing me
Lauren.
similar
The
stuff.
algorithm knows. The algorithm
I only
knows.
follow like gay guys in musical theatre and comedians on Twitter, really. So I think my algorithm's just like, I'm another gay man on Twitter.
Yeah,
so I
yeah,
need
yeah.
to see men in towels, basically.
Yeah. Well, listen, I need validation off
Could be worse.
strangers on the internet, so I'm going to carry on.
I'd be doing it too.
We ought to finish this.
Haven't we?
It's been,
It's been, and it's gone, thank God.
But it's been a delightful
Delicious.
time. Thank you very much, Lucas, for looking after us.
That's all right. It's been a pleasure as always. Thank you for the cookie as well.
Hey,
Lauren.
tell everyone,
very
Lucas.
yummy. I will,
Let's make
don't
me
worry.
famous.
Yeah, so we'll let you know about next week on the pod. If you want to follow us on
Yeah.
Instagram, that is at Fab Life Pod. So do keep up. Send us messages, bits and bobs.
Yeah,
we
I'll
always like
reply.
reading them. Lauren will reply. I'll reply.
I'll tell them about it. Second.
Tell me about it.
We do have a Facebook page now, which I haven't been able to post on actually because I haven't been on my computer all week. But that's also Fab Life Pod. So it's the same one.
Go and like us on Facebook. And thanks for the reviews. We're at 98 reviews.
Oh,
We
come
are
on,
about
Apple
to
owners.
hit the 100 mark. So if
Yeah.
you want to give us a little bit of a review on Apple Podcasts, then head over, search Fab Life with Lauren and Lee, or just search Fab Life and we'll be there. You'll see us. Leave us a nice little review and maybe get us over that 100 mark.
Yeah, that would be fab.
Maybe we could do a prize for the 100th review.
Oh my God. We're just some dolly sticks. I mean, come on now. We know what we're doing.
All right, until then, it's been episode 36. It's been Food 101. We've read out all your food phobias and whatnot. Lauren has told us the story of the
Tudor child.
the Tudor child, and I have 20/20 vision.
Fucking yes to that. So join us next time on Fab Life.
With Lauren and Lee.